Talk.
Hi, I'm live. It's Friday. It's 1 o'clock, and I'm here to keep my promise to come live every Friday. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, I'm live. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Facebook, and I think I'm also on YouTube. So if you see me looking at different cameras, that is because I have a bunch of cameras. I wish they come up with an app that I can just go live on every platform so I could just look in one place instead of having to be like, hello, hello, hello. But anyhow, this is the best we got right now. So welcome. I see everybody coming in. Thank you all for joining me. Today is going to be good because my topic for today is juicing for healthy hair and skin. That's something that we all want to learn about. If you want healthy hair, whether you shave it off or braid it up or whatever you do, you want your hair to be healthy. And of course, everybody wants beautiful, glowing skin. So adding juicing into your daily routine, into your regimen, can help you to achieve healthy hair and glowing skin. And how and why? It's because really everything you do, beauty and everything, starts from the inside out. So I want to welcome everyone in. I'm not going to start just yet because I want to give everyone an opportunity to get in, say hellos, and get your pen and your paper because this is gonna be good. I'm also going to make a juice for you. So that's why I want you to get your pen and paper because we're going to be making a juice for healthy hair and skin. And so you can write down the recipe so that you'll be able to do this yourself and watch how your skin improves and watch how your hair does very well. Another reason why I like to do videos about healthy hair and skin is because I get a lot of questions asked to me about my skin. What do you do for your skin? And honestly, it is my diet. I didn't always have skin that didn't have blemishes and was somewhat smooth. I did have problem skin at one point in time, but when I had problem skin, that was because my diet was awful. I wasn't a nutritionist back then, but my thing, I liked sugary foods. I loved ice cream. I loved butter cookies. I loved red velvet cake. I loved all those types of things, and my skin was showing that that wasn't good for me. So me sharing these recipes for you is sharing you what I did to help improve my skin. And my mom, who I always talk about on all my videos, my mother is 81 years old and her skin is flawless. If you were to see her, you'd know she's old, but that skin is just smooth and pretty. So again, I changed my mom's diet years ago because my mother used to have high blood pressure. She had some arthritis. She had joint pain. She took a lot of medication. And now at 81, she takes no medication. The doctors don't see any high blood pressure in her system whatsoever. Her fingers are good. There's no more rheumatoid arthritis or any of that. And how did that happen to when we started, she was in her 70s. But how did that help? It was because I changed her diet. So why I do these videos is because I want everyone to understand that we all want to be healthy. And many of us nowadays don't know where or how to become healthy. And it's simple. It's a lifestyle change. If you change your diet, you will change your life. If you change your diet, you will change your moods, your behaviors. If you change your diet to something good. And I don't mean just, a lot of people want to change their diet to lose weight. But sometimes when you're dieting to lose weight, you are not giving your body enough nutrients. You're taking away more than you should be giving your body. And in return, people who lose weight, you find them angry. They're upset. They may have lost the weight, but their attitude stinks. And that's because they actually they reduced their intake of some nutrients that is really required for the body. So just understanding that there are specific things that your body needs. Your body needs minerals. That is the fuel that feeds it. Your body gets its minerals, and another name for minerals are nutrients. Your body gets its minerals/nutrients from your diet. Everything that you need to sustain this body that we live in is through what grows from the ground. So when I talk about food is medicine, that's what I mean. Your magnesium comes from the ground. Your calcium comes from the ground. I mean, people think about milk, but I don't talk like cow's milk nowadays, because they are injecting our cows with all sorts of antibiotics. The cow's milk is really not healthy for the cow. It's definitely not healthy for us. But there are other ways to get your calcium, because people think you can only get calcium from milk products. But broccoli has calcium in it. A lot of green vegetables have calcium in it. So you get your calcium from the ground. You get your iron from the ground. You get your potassium from the ground. You get your selenium, your sulfur, your manganese. All of these minerals that your body must have, it comes from the ground. So to sustain the body, you have to feed it what it was born to have. And that's minerals. And that's also vitamins, vitamins A, vitamin B, and that's from vitamin B1 to vitamin B12, vitamin C. All of those things is what your body needs. And when we start to juice, and this is why I introduce juicing to so many people, is because many of us are nutrient deficient and we're not getting enough of that magnesium. We're not getting enough of calcium. We're not getting enough of iron. We're not getting enough of potassium because the body is suffering already from an imbalance. But when we juice, this is a way to give your body a quick level of minerals and nutrients in a fast liquid form. Because when we juice, I would say we're bypassing the middleman. The middleman is the stomach and all of that there, because the stomach has to produce hydrochloric acid. It's a lot going on for the stomach to help in the process of digestion. And then our gut bugs, the microbiome, also gets involved with that. But if we having digestive issues, we are nutritionally deficient, we're having all sorts of other issues, we're taking a lot of medication, that means our liver is struggling, our kidneys are struggling, so the body is not digesting what it needs. But when we juice, you bypass the middleman, and now your body is able to get the nutrients that it needs every day to sustain you. It is that fuel that gives your body what it needs. So today, my topic is basically how to get healthy hair and skin from juicing. And I have specific foods that I have right here. I'm going to share with you what these foods do and how these foods can help in your journey to beautiful skin and healthy hair. Another thing, a lot of times if you're having skin problems, from acne to even eczema and psoriasis. Now, eczema and psoriasis, those are autoimmune issues. But an autoimmune issue is related to a damaged gut. It's related to a liver that's not functioning well. That's where our autoimmune issues come from. Our gut plays a major role in our health. Hippocrates told us over 2,000 years ago that every disease begins in the gut. So if our gut is damaged, if our gut, I was going to say jacked up and damaged, but it came out damaged. So if our gut is damaged, a combination of jacked up and damaged, then that means our liver can't do its job well, the kidneys can't do its job well, your immune system cannot function properly. And then what happens is when the immune system can't function properly, then yeah, you may wind up with an autoimmune situation. And autoimmune, when people hear the word autoimmune, they were told that it's your cells attacking itself. But what it actually is because your immune system is your frontline soldiers. They're there in the front line. And if you know anything about, if you know anything about war, there's frontline soldiers. There's the ones, they are right in the front. They're the first to go down. Well, your immune system, they are your frontline soldiers. So when anything comes into your body, if your body is invaded with any type of virus or fungi or anything, your immune system stands up to attention because it's ready to fight. It's like, who's in here? Whoever you are, we taking you down. But what happens is when you are nutritionally deficient, that means your immune system is not getting the food it needs to be strong and fight and ready for battle. So it becomes weak because it's not getting its magnesium, it's not getting its iron, it's not getting its vitamin C, it's not getting its calcium, all the things that the immune system needs. So when the immune system gets weak, it's still going to be your frontline soldier, but it can't fight as good as it would if it had everything it needs. It's just like if you getting ready to get into some trouble and you all weak, you might as well just lay down and like, y'all don't need to beat me up. I'll lay down for you. But if your immune system is strong, Your immune system, whatever invasion is trying to come into your body, it's ready to attack. When we talk about autoimmune, we're talking about a weakened immune system, meaning it's not strong. So when our immune system is not strong for whatever reason, it is due to nutritional imbalances. So can that be corrected? Absolutely. A lifestyle change, eating better, adding juicing into your routine, your daily diet. We still, even when we juice is not a substitute for food. Juicing is a supplement, it's an addition. You still need to eat, you still need your protein, you still need your fiber, but juicing is just one that can really help. So today we're going to talk more about how juicing can really help. I wanted to share a story with you guys before I get into juicing and telling you how to improve your hair and skin. My story has a lot to do with my family. I had two sisters who had lupus, and this is why when you talk about autoimmune issues and disease, I'm on it. I am an advocate for autoimmune issues. I've learned so much in regards to how to treat it, how to manage it. I have patients who no longer have signs of any autoimmune system in their body because we detoxed, we flushed, we did certain things, we changed the diet, we fought off all the bad bugs, we got new clean bugs in the body, and the body had changed. One specific organ is the liver. When the body is struggling, the liver is one of the ones that's really struggling. But if we focus on healing the liver, we can heal. So I am deep into helping people because what I saw my older sisters go through. And at that time, there were really no good answers. And we could afford the insurance. My dad, for my sisters, he was like, wherever we need to fly them across the world, I got it, we'll get them there. But around that time, many doctors, lupus was very unfamiliar to Western medicine. They have more information about it now, but back then they really didn't know a lot about it. They more or less really said it was something that was really big to African American and specifically women. Only that I've learned now that's not always the case. But I just wanted to share my story. And so with my sisters, when one heard lupus and they didn't have it at the same time, one sister, it affected her skin. It changed her from looking like a black woman to she looked half white, half black. Her whole skin just changed. And then my other sister, it took out her hair. Excuse me for 1 second, guys. We're having some technical difficulties. You're gonna have to plug up that phone. There's a long cord in the office that will help that. I'm sorry, one of the phones, my grandson took my phone and now it's low battery. I try to hide the phones from him, but he still did it. But anyway, I have a strong passion for helping people with autoimmune disease. I have a strong passion for helping people with high blood pressure, like my mother. I have a strong passion to help people with diabetes. I have a strong passion to help people with hair loss and skin problems. So this is why I do what I do, because after I did all of my training and all of my studying and realizing that I did not want to become a Western medicine doctor, that I wanted to be holistic, because holistic gets to the root cause of the problem. It allowed me to help people that no longer see any signs of any type of disease in their body. And one of the ways that I help people is by introducing juicing, a way of supplementation in the body. So today we're going to talk about, I'm going to make a juice for you that can help your skin and hair become beautiful and luscious and lovely. If anyone remember me from back some years ago, I used to rock a short pixie cut. And then when I really was focusing on my diet, my hair just started growing itself. And when my hair started growing, I didn't know what to do with it because I was used to 10 years of a short, funky, real cute pixie type of thing. But I decided I was going to let my hair grow. I wanted it to grow for my audience because I wanted you all to see, okay, I'm not just the person behind the camera saying, hey, you can grow your hair, but watch me grow mine. And after a while, my hair got too long to deal with. And so I just put it in braids because I'm always behind the camera. I'm always traveling. I'm always doing something else. So now my hair, literally the length of my hair, when I take my hair down, is about right here. And then I trim it because when it's in braids, it could actually get a little razzled. But you too can have healthy hair. You too can have beautiful skin. And the reason why I brought up the autoimmune and was talking about skin, because if you have a lot of acne, that's usually there's a couple of reasons. there's an autoimmune issue going on, but more so, your body needs to detox. If you have a lot of acne, you're dealing with bacteria, you're dealing with fungi, you're dealing with parasites. There may be things like that. And I had a patient one time that his face, he had so many red pimples, you couldn't even really see his skin so much. It was just, it was pretty bad. And he had a skin condition like that for all his life. And he was I think he was maybe in his early 20s when he came to me. And with me changing the diet, we did some testing. We did certain things that I do in my practice. We did a hair mineral analysis and some other things. The hair mineral analysis allowed me to see where he was nutritionally deficient, or I should say nutritionally imbalanced, because not always you have a deficiency. Sometimes your body has an excess of a mineral, and that will cause a problem too. An excess means you have too much of it. And so that test allows me to see what you have too much of, what you have too little of, and what you have enough of. And so with that test, after I got that test back, we changed his diet. I created a meal plan. We did a detox. We did a cleansing. We did the parasites. And now the skin, his skin, doesn't even look like the same person anymore. So all of this is real. I wanted to first talk about the 5 reasons why you need to be juicing.
Instagram didn't get to hear your story about your sister because they had paused.
So, okay, guys, hold on for a second because, again, sometimes when you go live, you have some technical issues. You understand it's live. It is what it is. Okay, I'm sorry. What happened?
Instagram wants you to repeat your story about your sister because when the low power mode came on, it paused.
So they didn't hear a lot. Okay, I don't know which one of these phones. Okay, so I'm sorry, guys. Everyone, Instagram, for my audience on Instagram, I understand that you guys didn't hear my story about my sisters. So I will say that again for you guys. My sisters is the reason why I became a nutritionist and went on to become board certified and now study in functional medicine. But I had 2 sisters who had lupus. And they didn't have lupus around the same time. But when my first sister had lupus, it affected her skin. She went from looking like an African American, a Black woman, to where her face literally was white. Parts of her face was just white, and her hands were just white. And at that time, lupus was very unknown to Western medicine. They did not know what it was. They did not know how to treat it. So at that time, and believe it or not, I was a hairstylist around that time. I decided I wanted to find out what this lupus was. What is autoimmune? I had never heard of it before. And so that's how my journey started, with trying to find an answer for my sister. Unfortunately, around the time that this was happening, medicine wasn't good. And I don't want to start crying. But I lost my sister. And from that, I became a strong advocate to get answers, because Western medicine just doesn't give us answers. What I learned is that they treat symptoms, but never get to the root cause. So then about 5 years later, my other older sister was diagnosed with lupus again. And so the connection for us, and they also said it was more or less genetics, and we were trying to figure out, well, how. Those 2 sisters that I'm sharing with you, we shared the same father. We didn't have the same mother. So when those 2 sisters got lupus, we narrowed it down. Okay, Daddy, it's on your side that this lupus is here. But still, I wanted to learn more. I'm a researcher. I'm very analytic, and I have to find the answer. So my journey led me from behind the chair as a stylist to do research to find out what is lupus, what are autoimmune disease, why do they have them, why do they say that it affects the Black African woman, why? I'm that why person. So my journey led me to, one, I started studying trichology, because also I had clients who was experiencing bald spots, alopecia, and I wanted to know, okay, why do you have alopecia? What is this? And so my journey between finding an answer for alopecia, which is also an autoimmune disorder, it led me to get answers to not only autoimmune disease, but diabetes and high blood pressure, and so many other disorders and diseases that we have, even obesity. But what it all rounds out to is that we are what we eat, and that the way our life is portrayed is by what we put in our mouth, and that food is medicine. And so if we eat better, and if we change our lifestyle, meaning A lot of things that you know is wrong, and smoking and drinking and eating a lot of sugary foods and all of those different things, processed foods. If we can change those things, you can change your life. I have seen it over and over again. At this point in time in my career, I will say that I know that I've helped thousands of people in regards to improving their health. Now, let's not get this twisted. I am not a Western medicine doctor. I never come on, and you have never heard me say, I am a doctor. I am a nutritionist. I am a board certified nutritionist. And I remember telling people years ago when they kept saying, doctor, 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 I would in my comments go, I'm sorry, but I'm not a Western medicine doctor. Then I got to the point where people kept sending me messages back. It was like, well, you're a doctor to me, and I'm calling you Dr. Debbie, whether you like it or not. And I was like, okay, but as long as you guys know, I'm not on here fronting. I'm a board certified nutritionist who is at this time now still studying functional medicine. So I had to go back a little because my Instagram audience didn't hear my story about my sisters with lupus. And so from that, I became an advocate in regards to autoimmune disease. And this is how I learned that every disease that we deal with comes from the gut. And when I said before, Hippocrates told us this over 2,000 years ago, that every disease comes from the gut. Western medicine clowned him and was like, yeah, right, get out of here with that. Now, okay, now I'm going to say in the last, I would say 5 to 8 years, Western medicine is now saying, you know what, that gut thing is real. We need to go back and reevaluate this. And so that's why you guys hear so much about gut health and gut health and gut health. That's the buzzword nowadays. But this is something that you all need to learn. If you want to improve your health, you want to improve your life, you want to improve your mood, you have to improve your gut. And with improving your gut, that means taking a look at what's going on in your liver. The liver is the hardest working organ in our body. The liver can transform your life. But the juicing plays a role because, like I said in the beginning, when we need all these nutrients, like per day you need a certain amount of servings of calcium and magnesium and iron. If you try to make a plate of food to eat 5 carrots, 3 apples, a bunch of kale, and some other stuff, most of us won't make it because we're like, yeah, I can't do that. But that's where juicing comes into play, because those 5 apples, those 2 apples, those 5 carrots, and a bunch of kale, you can literally put it in your juicer, and now your body will get it where it needs to. And like I said, when we juice, we're bypassing the middleman. The middleman, I'm going to call it the stomach, because the stomach has to break it down. Your body produces something called hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid helps with the breakdown of a lot of the foods that we just ate and that went down into our esophagus. And then there's other roles that need to be played by other organs in your body when we need to digest food. So the digestive process is a very complicated one. But when we juice, we bypass the digestive process. And now that liquid, the liquid nutrients, is going straight down into your body, straight into your bloodstream, and your blood is waiting on it. So your blood is like, oh, you just gave me some iron. Oh, you gave me some vitamin C. Yes. And now your blood is going to transport that iron and that vitamin C to every organ and gland. And like I explain a lot on why we have hair loss problems or why we have acne, a lot of it is the body needs to detox. If the liver is loaded down, then your body can't flush out. So the liver will store whatever it can't get rid of. So that means your body has a lot of toxins. And those toxins are trying to come out any way it can. There we got lots of pimples, lots of bumps, lots of dry scalp, lots of dandruff, lots of hair loss. Those are symptoms and signs that your body is having a problem. It needs to flush out. And that's a sign that the liver is calling for help, because your liver is your built-in detoxification system, your liver and your kidneys. But when we're holding on to weight, when we have skin problems, when we're losing our hair, things of that nature, and even when we have a lot of inflammation, that is a telltale sign that your liver and your kidneys is having some problems. So how do we fix it? If we can juice, it's like giving the liver and the kidneys an oil change. The juicing, like I said, is bypassing all the digestive process. It's going straight to the blood. The nutrients is now giving the liver what it needs. It's like, okay, now the liver's like, oh, I'm getting ready to start up again. Yes, you're giving me what I need. Okay, I'm going to help you too. Now the liver is able to start flushing out flushing out what it's been holding on to. And the kidneys is now being able to churn up faster and do what it needs to do. So that's where we get our juicing from. So I hope my little story kind of helped you on why we need to juice. So the 5 reasons I feel that we all need to juice. 1 is because it's packed with nutrients, and it's an easy way to give your body all the nutrients it needs. When we juice, you'll find that fatigue that you were dealing with is gone. Your energy level will increase like it's never had before. When we juice, you'll find so many different things that your mental is so clear. So nutrients is 1 reason. Natural detoxification is another reason why we juice. The 3rd reason why we should juice is because of what I talked about when it helps our moods and behavior. So if you ever heard of something called the gut-brain connection, the gut and the brain connect. And they connect through something called the vagus nerve. So the vagus nerves, picture it as like a tree branch that starts from the brain, goes down into the gut, and it has these branches that comes out of it. That's how your gut or your gut bugs communicate with your brain. Your gut bugs, especially if you have a lot of the bad ones, is telling your brain, get me some sugar, go get some cookies, go get me some Starbucks, go anything that you know is bad, go get that, whatever it is. That's your gut bugs talking to the brain. But when we juice, juicing is a way to give the good bacteria what it needs and literally will help you. There's a saying, a happy gut is a happy you. So juicing is another way to help the gut get what it needs, because when the gut is jacked up, your moods are all over the place. 1 minute you're laughing, and the next minute you're telling somebody, if you don't get out of here, I'm gonna beat you down. Then the next minute you're crying, I'm sad, I'm depressed. And then you think at yourself sometimes like, yo, I'm straight crazy. But it's not you. Believe me, it's not you. If some of you are like, I do that sometimes. It is because your gut is having issues. Your gut produces the hormones that helps you, specifically serotonin, dopamine. Those are some of the hormones that is produced. 80% of our hormones is produced in the gut. So if your gut is damaged, that means your gut is not producing the happy hormone, serotonin. And if your gut is not producing serotonin, you're just like I mentioned. 1 minute you're sad, 1 minute you're mad, 1 minute you're glad, 1 minute you're crying. So and many of you who go through this, you were told that and I'm talking to women at this point, you were told that, you know, you're going through premenopausal, or that you're menopausal, because we were always trained as women. When we go through these mood swings, it's our cycle. So if you are still in the age of having a continuous monthly cycle, when you go through mood swings, you blame it on that. But if you are at the age where you're premenopausal, you may go through that. And then when you go through menopause, meaning you no longer have a cycle, we have been trained by Western medicine that when we go through these moods, it is because of our cycle. It's not. It is because of an imbalance in your gut. If your gut can produce enough of the feel-good hormones, you will find that when your cycle comes, you feel like, I feel the same, because it's not affecting you. So juicing is another way to help to heal your gut. The other thing is juicing gives you energy and vitality. It's like, I would call juicing is the fuel. It's the gasoline. Our body is a machine that needs fuel. And this juicing is a way of giving it its gasoline. And the last thing that's very important, that it's the drum roll, please. Brrr, juicing helps to support weight management. So if you're trying to lose weight, juicing is your friend. You need to incorporate it. Why? Well, for one, the liver is where most of our fat, when the liver can't release the fat, it stores the fat. The liver metabolizes fat. And I say this all the time. Your liver is your personal trainer. I always tell people, you know what, if you want a personal trainer, get a personal trainer because you want to tone, you want to fit. But don't necessarily get a personal trainer because you want to lose weight, because your personal trainer can't do no more than your liver. And if you are choosing a personal trainer to lose weight, make sure your personal trainer is talking about your liver, because our liver is where all the fat and all the issues will be. So for instance, you put on 50 pounds over the last year and you want to get those 50 pounds off. So you went and hired a personal trainer, and your personal trainer is working on you, and your personal trainer give you a few things to eat and a few things not to eat. But if your personal trainer is not talking to you about liver health, then I promise you, the weight that you lose, you're going to gain it back again. And that's why many people wind up gaining weight again after losing 50 pounds or more, because the liver was never targeted. How do we target the liver? By eating liver healthy foods, by detoxing and giving the liver a boost, because like I said, the liver has its own built-in detoxification system. But if your liver is damaged and your liver is breaking down, then that built-in detoxification system is not working the way that it should. So when the liver can't break down the fat, the liver will package it up real nice and store it. So next thing you know, you got more fat here, you got more fat here, you got more fat here. And you're trying to figure out why. It's because your liver can't process the fat. So no personal trainer can't break that fat up. So all I'm saying is when we are dieting and we have our personal trainer, make sure that your personal trainer is going to share with you some liver healthy foods to add to your diet. Those are very important. And if you guys want me to give you a list of liver healthy foods, you can send me a message and I will send you a link to some liver healthy foods. Okay, so now let's get started on my juicing and why I'm using specific foods in my juice. So we're going to be using cucumbers in this juice. Why? Because cucumbers has the silica. And silica is so important for our hair and our skin. But cucumbers are also loaded down with vitamin A, vitamin C, and a lot of what the skin and hair needs. You can make a hair mask out of cucumbers. You can make a facial mask, just straight cucumber by itself. Put it in a blender, work it on your face, rinse your skin off, and you will see how the glow, how your skin will transform. I'm also going to be using romaine lettuce in my juice. Now, romaine lettuce, I use romaine lettuce a lot instead of kale. And the reason for it, because romaine lettuce is an alternate for kale. Kale is excellent. But a lot of our green vegetables, a lot of our cruciferous vegetables has something in it called oxalates. And some of us can't break down oxalates. So you may, if you're a person, when you eat maybe spinach or you eat Brussels sprouts or you eat cabbage, your stomach might feel a little upset. That means your body wasn't able to break down an oxalate. So most of these vegetables that I mentioned, oxalates, they have it. An oxalate in a plant actually is what the plant uses to protect itself from the wild, in a sense. So plants do, just like animals, like a porcupine and different animals have different things to protect themselves. A skunk has different things to protect themselves. Our plants in the ground, a lot of our plants, they have something to protect themselves, and oxalates is one of them. So what happens is when an animal, let's use a squirrel for an example, bite down on a Brussels sprout, the oxalates is released and it's a bitter taste. That's why these foods have a bitter taste. That oxalate is being released and the animal don't like the taste, so they leave. So what happens is our bodies were designed to be able to deactivate the oxalate. But in some people, when they eat certain green, leafy greens, it bothers their kidneys and so much more. And so that's why I use romaine lettuce in the place of kale, because even though kale is amazing, kale has a lot of oxalates in it. And romaine lettuce actually ranks higher than kale. So this is why I use kale. We're also going to be using a pear. People sleep on the pear all the time. You know, a pear is just like the apple. It's one of the most powerful foods in our body. It has pectin in it, and pectin is, how do I want to describe pectin to you? Pectin is a protector. Pectin, I'm trying to think of the best way for me to describe. Pectin actually helps to detoxify, detoxify and bind toxins out of the body. So we're talking mercury, we're talking lead, we're talking aluminum. Pectin also, it helps with, like, if someone is going through chemo and radiation, eating pears will help to bind out and draw out those toxins in that radiation. So pears are really, really good for you. So we're going to be using one pear, and also the secret why I'm choosing it for this hair juice, pears are amazing for your skin. So that's why we're going to put a pear. We're using a pear. The other one we're going to be using in our juice is the dragon fruit. The dragon fruit. For years, I would see this fruit in the supermarket, and I was like, yeah, I'm never going to touch that thing. I don't know what it is, and I'm not even trying to find out what it is. But finally, I learned about the dragon fruit, and one of the things why I'm using it in this juice today is because the dragon fruit, the nutrients in the dragon fruit, you ready for this? It boosts hair growth. Again, I'll tell you, the dragon fruit boosts hair growth. So I know that this would be great for my juice that I want for it. It strengthens the hair fibers. So yeah, you can make a mask for it, but you understand when you make a mask for it, you're putting all of this deliciousness on dead hair. The hair that you and I see, feel, and touch is dead. So let's put it in a juice or let's eat it in a smoothie because it strengthens the hair cells. Now, hair is dead, the hair that we can see, touch, and feel, but hair is a living cell inside of the body. So when you want healthy hair, you need to feed your hair from the inside out. A healthy, beautiful body starts from the inside. And so the dragon fruit, it contains vitamin B, vitamin C, it has iron, it has folate in it. The vitamin C in it helps to promote collagen because collagen is one of the main ingredients that can help our skin. It also has a lot to do, the dragon fruit helps with brain function. The polysaccharides in here is just, it helps to tighten and firm your skin. So this is another reason why I'm choosing to use the dragon fruit in my juice. I'm also going to be using a kiwi. The kiwi is because a kiwi has more vitamin C than an orange. This little fruit is a powerhouse. It is a superfood. Everything we need vitamin C. So every day you guys need to get more vitamin C into your body. And vitamin C and iron, the two of them are very important. Well, iron needs vitamin C and vitamin C needs iron. And so we are going to be using a kiwi fruit. So those are the only thing. We have our romaine lettuce, we have our pear, we have our dragon fruit, we have our kiwi, and we have our cucumbers. One of the things when we are juicing, you never want to just juice straight sugary juices, even though the sugar in a juice is very different from processed sugars in our juice, in our processed foods. When we juice, you want to think of the 80-20 rule. So the 80-20 rule means 80% vegetables and 20% sweet, fruity juice, or fruity juice. I can't talk today, guys. Sweet, fruity fruits. So I'm using a lot of my romaine lettuce, and I'm going to be using 2 cucumbers. This is my 80. This is my 80% right here. And then with me using some of my dragon fruit, cutting up my pear, and putting some kiwi in it, this is my 20. So I'm going to get started with my setting up my juicer. But before I set up my juicer, I also want to show you how I clean my fruit and vegetables. I talk about this all the time. Many people just take their fruits and vegetables and just run them over the sink. That's not getting any of the pesticides and chemicals off. And you have to understand, when we're eating these pesticides, they're going down into the body. Those pesticides is what the liver is like, oh my God, she just gave me some more toxins. Your liver's trying to get rid of those pesticides, but many times it's having a hard time. So we don't want to give our body a harder time. So how we clean our fruits and vegetables really matter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of my fruits and vegetables inside of, and you guys need something similar like this. I got this big old pan. I don't know where I found it at, but I take all of my fruit and I put it in here and I let it soak for about 10 minutes, and you will see how the water turns brown because I use baking soda and food grade hydrogen peroxide. The two together is an amazing force that can do a lot to clean off our fruits and vegetables, all of the stuff that we can't get off from just flushing it with water. But today, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to use the baking soda, but I'm going to use white vinegar instead. So instead of you have a choice. You can use food grade hydrogen peroxide and baking soda, or you can use white vinegar and baking soda. But baking soda is a must. You can't substitute that. So let me, while I get that going, it'll take a minute. Jay, I need your assistance. One, if you could get the juicer set up for me. And then, and the other thing you guys want to think about too is when you clean your fruits and vegetables, try not to use tap water unless you have filters on your tap water, because our tap water is also loaded down with chemicals. There is a website that I would love for you to write down and it'll blow your mind. EWG.org. If you go to that website, put in your zip code, you will see how many toxins is in your water. And the majority of them will show you that it says it has the potential for cancer. So a lot of times when someone comes to me and we're like, if I have lots of programs. So one of the things I do, once we do a hair mineral analysis, the hair mineral analysis will also show me toxins in your body. So I will see the amount of aluminum, the amount of mercury, the amount of arsenic, the amount of cadmium, the amount of radium, all of that in the body. But once I see it, it's not just me saying, okay, we need to detox, we need to use these certain things to pull those heavy metal toxins out of your body. I also check your water, because if I'm gonna help you detox your body, but you still have tap water in your home that's chemical laden, then it just defeats the whole purpose of me trying to help and detox your body. So we have to consider the tap. Now, I have a filter on mine, but most people don't. But you need a filter. And if you don't, then use, if in your refrigerator you have the filtered water, that is another way to clean your fruit. So I'm gonna go get my water. I'll be right back. And in the meantime, we got vinegar, baking soda. Bam! Okay, so I filled this pan up with water. I don't know, they really can't see that, right? Let me move this over. We probably also need a camera that can come down this way to see everything. So I'm going to put my fruits and vegetables in my water, my dragon fruit, my pear, my kiwi, all of that in there. And then I'm going to use equal portions of baking soda and vinegar. And you'll see, if you can see from what I'm about to do, you'll see how it bubbles up. It starts to do the oxidation. So always just use equal portions of whether it's peroxide or this. So I don't know if you can see. So I'm sprinkling everything, my baking soda in. You can hear it. You can hear the fizzle. That's it getting ready to do its job and clean up. And when it's done, hopefully I can show you my water. Because most of these I think was organic that we bought, but sometimes the water is brown and there are things in here that scares me. But I'll let that soak for about 10 minutes.
While that's soaking, you want to answer these questions?
Huh?
While those are soaking, you want to answer these questions?
Okay, let's see. So one of the questions is juicing. I'm going to answer some questions while we're waiting for the fruits and vegetables to get clean. Is juice suitable for diabetics? Yes, juice is suitable for diabetics. However, that's where that 80-20 rule really comes into play when you're dealing with someone who's a diabetic. You do not just juice fruits. You need to combat it with some veggies. And also, here's my tip. This is what I do for my patients who have diabetes, and I put them on a juicing management program. The fiber that comes from your juicer, the pulp, is fiber. For anyone who's diabetic, they need lots of fiber to help slow down how that sugar goes through the body and through the pancreas. So if you're juicing as a diabetic, I always want you to think 80-20. 80% vegetables, 20% of a fruit. That's the first thing. Also, after you juice or even before you juice, I want you to eat a food that has good fiber in it. Because that fiber, once you eat your fiber, even if it's like a bowl of oatmeal, something that's going to give you some fiber, when you juice, it's going to balance out your sugar levels. It's going to balance out your blood sugar levels. Also, there are many foods that a diabetic can actually eat that balances out blood sugar levels, like the radish, you're adding it in there, or the pomegranate, you can add in there. They're good for that. Most of our red foods are my favorite foods for someone who is a diabetic. Red foods, it's called eating the rainbow. Every food color has a purpose for our health, which is amazing. I say, God, it's so amazing. The way everything is so strategic. We just kind of took everything for granted. But yes, if you're a diabetic, you can juice. Follow the 80-20 rule. And then also add lots of fiber into it. So when the pulp comes out, put that pulp in a salad or just eat it directly, add it into something so that you're putting the fiber back into your body, specifically for those who are diabetic. So someone asks, what can I substitute for dragon fruit? Now, why we want to substitute our dragon fruit? I know to some, it's not the cutest looking thing, but that dragon fruit is a powerhouse. So the only way I would say you want to substitute is because you can't find it in your community. Other than that, don't substitute it. But I think a good substitution for your dragon fruit is your kiwi. When you open up, and you'll see, when I open up my dragon fruit and then I open up my kiwi, they both have these same types of crunchy little seeds in it. So I'm going to say my substitute for you who asks, can you not do the dragon fruit? Then you might want to add an extra kiwi into yours. Someone said, what can you eat to get more potassium? There's so many foods that has lots of potassium. Everybody knows, you can get potassium out of a banana. You have a lot of potassium actually in your cucumber. You have a lot of potassium in it. You even have potassium in your pear. I think it's in one of my ebooks where I share with you all the different foods and the actual content of minerals and vitamins in it. So there's no guesswork on what has potassium. There's no guesswork on what has iron, what has magnesium, what has calcium. I know there's an ebook. We'll find out, and if we do, we'll attach it to this video once it uploads, because it's going to upload to YouTube. And while we are cleaning the vegetables for a few more minutes, I wanted to share, please follow me. If you're new, follow me. Hi, I'm Debbie Williams, board certified nutritionist. I talk about health and wellness and ways to eat healthy. I bring in juicing recipes to help you heal your body from the inside out, and I use food as medicine. Follow me on my YouTube channel. It's Ask Debbie, about hair and health. Instagram is the same, TikTok is the same, Facebook is the same. Please follow me on all those channels. I also have other channels because not only am I a nutritionist for our bodies, but I also developed a hair care line. I also developed a skincare line. And the reason why I developed a hair care line and a skincare line, because it goes back to nutrition. When I, once upon a time, was a hairstylist, I couldn't find products that wasn't laden with chemicals and did not affect the body. So I just developed my own. At one point, I thought that I wanted to be a chemist, a beauty chemist. When I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life, I was like, maybe I'll do chemistry. Yeah, I'll be a beauty chemist. So that's how it was easy for me to develop it, because I already knew things about ingredients and chemicals and all of those things. So I have a hair care line. So follow me. We're just starting to build up the hair care line. Well, no, the hair care line's been around for 10 years. Let me rephrase that. We're just starting to build up the social media presence of the hair care line. I've had it for 10 years, and it has grown organically for 10 years. I don't do any advertising about it, but we can't keep stuff on the shelf. But now we need to give it its own presence. So if you go to Pure 7 Naturals, if you look for Pure 7 Naturals on TikTok and Instagram, you will see my channel. Please give me some support, give me some love, and follow the channel so that it can look, people know this is an authentic channel and it's not one of those things that people are, because you know, we got a lot of people now trying to just build channels to scam. This is not a scam. So please go to Pure 7 Naturals and follow me on there. On those channels, I'm going to start sharing more about skin recipes, skin regimens, and we're going to talk more about the skin so people can understand that. Okay, I think I'm good here with my fruits and vegetables. And yes, my water is cloudy, which I suspected. It wouldn't matter if you bought organic. You understand your vegetables, your fruits are still being touched by many hands. So it needs to be clean from in the supermarket to when it goes through the cashier. I wish I could show you guys this. Oh, this water is terrible. If I move the camera, I'm gonna wind up messing this up, right?
Probably.
Okay, so I can't, but if you could see, maybe y'all can see it, this water is nasty, nasty. That's why I say we need, and some black stuff floating around in it too. That's why I say, please clean your fruits and vegetables, because the chemicals that are on our fruits and vegetables are known to cause cancer and other health issues. And many of us are dealing with what I call mysterious illnesses. That's the illness that you have a pain and you know you have a pain. You have all kinds of problems, but when you go to your doctor, they're looking at you like you're crazy, because they're like, yeah, we don't see nothing wrong with you. Your blood work came back fine. And you're going, but I know I have this pain. I know I can't sleep at night. I know this and that. I call that the mysterious illnesses. And a lot of times those mysterious illnesses could be coming from what we are putting into our mouths. So cleaning your fruits and vegetables is a great way to not become a victim of the mysterious food problems or mysterious illnesses. So this is my Nama J2 juicer. Let me move this over so you guys can see my juicer. I use this juicer in my videos. I love the Nama J2 juicer. Once upon a time, I had a Breville, and that's when I really started juicing. And I even still recommend to people, if you're just starting out, maybe you don't need to invest in a very, very expensive juicer, because this juicer is like $600, but it's worth every penny, nickel, quarter, dime, and whatever. It's worth it. But if you're new, and of course your budget doesn't allow you to do that, I don't want you to get discouraged because you feel like you can't afford a juicer. You can go to Amazon, and I can leave a link also in this video for the Breville, which is what I loved. It's under $100, but it is not, it's a centrifugal juicer. A centrifugal juicer will juice for you, but it uses heat. So sometimes you will lose some of the nutrients from it, but it's still a good juicer until you can step up to the big dogs. This is a masticating juicer. A masticating juicer is a cold press juicer. So the blades and everything that runs in here, it's cold. It's not, the heat is not taking away from the nutrients. So you're getting all the juice. And plus in this Nama juicer, which I love so much, it has this big mouth, which allows you to dump all of your fruits and vegetables in at one time. Unlike a regular juicer, you have just like this small hole opening, and you got to put it in, and then you have to take something and push it down, and put it in and push it down. And most of us we don't have that kind of time anymore. But with this juicer, you'll see, once I cut up all of my fruits and vegetables, I'm going to put it all in at one time. I'm going to turn it on, and I'm going to walk away, and next thing you know, I have my juice. So, Jay, can you do me a favor and get me a few bowls so I can put my foods in as I'm cutting up. So I bought a whole romaine lettuce, and I'm going to use all of my romaine lettuce. Thank you for it. So the first ingredient we're putting in our juice is our romaine lettuce. And again, why romaine and not kale? Because one, it doesn't have oxalates in it like kale. And two, it is an amazing alternate for kale. It's loaded with vitamins and minerals, and romaine lettuce is really, really excellent for our body. So that was my romaine. Now, when I cut up my cucumber, and when you cut up your cucumber, you want to keep your skin on. Why? Because most of the nutrients is in your skin. Even with your apple and your pear, most of your nutrients are in the skin, is in the skin. So I'm just going to cut up my cucumbers, and then I'm going to put them directly into my juicer. And what can they see? They can't see me cutting up, but they can what do they say, just the juicer right now, Jay? So remember, this juice is for healthy hair and beautiful skin. You add this juice into your regimen, drink this juice a couple of times a week, watch you see how your skin and hair is going to transform. And just speaking about skin and hair, I am doing something called the 14-day Healthy Hair and Skin Challenge. What I'm trying to do is to show you that within 14 days, we can change your face, your skin, and your hair. What does it require? It requires, like I've been talking about, a lifestyle change. It's going to require me telling you what to eat for 14 days. It's going to require me telling you what to do first thing in the morning, what you're going to do in the afternoon, and what you're going to do in the evening for 14 days. I'm going to give you a meal plan, and the meal plan is strategic because it will be foods that's going to help with your body, your liver, your kidneys, help to detox your system, and watch how you're going to see a difference in your scalp. So if you're a person who have dry scalp, or if you have oily scalp, if you have a lot of dandruff, you will see that will start to subside. If you have a lot of acne, you will see that will start to subside. Now, I'm not saying in 14 days you're going to have flawless skin and hair down your back, but what I'm saying is if you give me 14 days, I can show you that it's real. And that if you continue after the 14 days, what I showed you, your body can transform to in 14 days. If you continue it, you will see what you will look like in 30 days, in 60 days, in 90 days. And also, in my 14-day health challenge, you'll also find out that you'll start losing weight without even trying. How we lose weight in every program that I do, every program. I do a liver health program, I do a kidney program, I do a 7-day reset just to reset the body to get it prepared. We do a no sugar program where I help you for 30 days learn how we can get rid of all of those sugar cravings. In these plans, I'm not strict on, like I'm not a calorie counter. So caloric is not important to me. It's cleaning the liver. And like, remember, the liver is the personal trainer. So I'm working with your personal trainer directly to help you get healthy. And so in my programs, if you decide that you want to be a part of the 14-day Healthy Hair and Skin Challenge, you will also find within a few days to a week or so, you may have lost a pound or two. And okay, if you don't want to lose weight, you're not going to. But if you are a person that your body has been holding on to excess fat, you're going to wind up losing it. Because the liver is like, okay, you flushing me out, you getting me clean. Oh, I can do this. And you will see how that liver will start to transform. So I cut up my cucumber. Now, romaine lettuce has a lot of water, and cucumber is 90% water. So even though I have 2 cucumbers here for this juice, I'm not going to use the second cucumber. But you can, if you wanted to make a lot of it, you can make the second cucumber. So now I am going to cut open my dragon fruit. And I do want all of you to see how this works, because many people say they don't know what this is, and they really don't even know how to open it up. So the first thing I want to show you is how to open up the dragon fruit. It really is a delicious piece of produce. And for, like I said, for your hair and skin, you want to improve your hair and skin, you need this in your life. So the first thing I do is I'm going to cut my dragon fruit down the middle. I'm going to cut it down the middle. And when you cut it down the middle, this is what you're going to see. It looks similar to the kiwi fruit with these little black seeds. I'll get closer so you guys can see it. Now, most people go, okay, so what do I do from that point? There's so many different ways to do it, but one easy way to get out the meat from your dragon fruit is to take a spoon and just stick your spoon in and scoop around your dragon fruit. Just scoop around it, scoop, 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 and there it comes right out. This is all. That's the easiest way to get out your dragon fruit. So I'll scoop it out. And then, since I'm putting it in the juicer, I don't necessarily have to cut it up into smaller pieces. But I'll just show you. So here we got this is a miracle plant. It is the most beautiful thing that I have ever seen for your hair and skin. You can make yourself a facial out of dragon fruit, and your friends and family is going to think you spent a whole lot of money going to get a facial or seeing an esthetician. So I'll just cut it up in smaller pieces, and I'm going to add my dragon fruit to my juice. I'm going to use the entire dragon fruit. You can use half of it if you want. You want a piece of it? You want me to save a piece of dragon fruit for you? Yes, ma'am. Okay, my assistant, my behind the scenes person is there. I always tell everybody, my assistant Jay, she is my left hand, my right hand, my big toe, my bunion. She's my everything. What does all that mean? That means I can't do it without her. I have been very fortunate to find an assistant that is absolutely amazing. She can say my words for me before I say them. That's how wonderful she is. Okay, I'm gonna save you some of that dragon fruit, Jay. Next is our pear. People are sleeping on the pear. Nobody eats pear like they should. The pear is a secret weapon. The pear is also a powerhouse. The pear is loaded with vitamin C. The pear, the phytonutrients, everything in this dynamic fruit is amazing. And here's another thing I forgot to tell you guys about the pear. It actually helps your brain to retain memory. And most of us was like, what? Yes. Just eating a pear with all its fiber, it has the ability to improve cognitive function. So this is another one, but it also is amazing for our skin. So I'm actually just gonna cut up my pear and add it right into my juicer. I kind of want to save a piece of this for later because I love eating it. And yes, this is another fruit we're leaving our skin on. Leaving your skin on your fruit is a must because a lot of our nutrients is in the skin. And even with the watermelon, you can eat the rind. Every part of the watermelon is edible. Last on the list is my kiwi fruit. Now, my kiwi, I'm also going to leave the skin on it because the juicer is going to break all that down. And let me show you, I'm going to cut it into little pieces. And always remember, we were raised on vitamin C and orange juice, drink a lot of orange juice. Well, you know that orange juice that we buy from the supermarket? When you look at the label, there's like 39 grams of sugar, which is crazy because according to governmental agencies, especially for women, we should only have 26 grams of sugar per day. But a cup of orange juice will exceed that with just 1 cup of orange juice. So if we're going to make orange juice, let's get a juicer and make our own orange juice. But I'm bringing that up because this kiwi fruit has more vitamin C in it than an orange. And vitamin C plays a major role in hair and skin. Iron is another one that plays a major role in hair and skin. Okay, let me get this set up. We got to get the components for the juicer and then we will do the next part. Thank you. This is a little wet. Let me clean these up. I hope you guys have written down this recipe because I'm here to tell you now. I've been working on my juicing recipe book for such a while, and every time I come on, I tell people about it. But I am what would I call myself? I'm a perfectionist to the point where it gets on my nerves because I will read a chapter in the book and go, I need to change that. And then another one, and then another one. And so I need to go ahead and get my recipe book out. It's a juicing recipe book, and it's going to give you recipes to help you manage your high blood pressure, to help you manage your diabetes, to help you lose weight. There are juicing recipes in there for healthy hair, for healthy skin. There are juicing recipes in there to boost up your immune system. There are juicing recipes in there for inflammation. I have a juicing recipe for so many different things that can literally help your body. Because again, all we're doing is we're using food as medicine. Okay, so let me show you how we turn on our juicer. And get started. Of course, every time I go live, the juicer wants to show up. Jay, did we put all the components in here? Because it's not spinning. Why does that always happen when we go live? Hey Jay, juicer's not spinning. You put it all together, but did you put that bottom? Okay, I see, it looks like you got everything in there. No, well, it wouldn't turn on if, all right, I'm gonna take a little bit of my food out for a second to see why my juice is not spinning. Where's that stuff?
I was missing the thing, the black thing.
What happened?
It's missing. What's this one?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys. She forgot to put one piece in there. I'm like, it's not spinning. What is going on here? And this juicer is really easy to put together. It's 3 pieces. So the reason why it wasn't spinning, she forgot to add the part that spins it around. But that's fine. We got it now. So just hold on with me, guys. One day I'm gonna start this machine and it's gonna work well first time around. And it attaches just that easy, just like that. You snap it in and it's good to go. There we go. So when this top is open, it's not gonna run, but it does have a small opening that you can add pieces in it. Like I mentioned, how other juicers, they, you gotta keep pushing things down. You don't have to with the Nama, but it also has an opening where I can, like I just took those pieces of kiwi out. Now I'm just adding them back in. And the good thing about this juicer, which is different from typical juicers, is that you can only put a few in at a time. In this case, I put every ingredient, my romaine lettuce, I put in my dragon fruit, my cucumber, my kiwi, everything got put in all at one time. And it is gonna mix it up, and it looks like this is gonna be an absolutely delicious juice when it's done. The Nama juicer, if you're interested in the Nama, we will leave a link for you so that you can go to the site to get it. Now with my discount, that's why I'll leave you the link, because if you click through to the link, they give me a discount, which they give you guys also a discount also. So you get like, I think $50 off. And it's a machine worth having. It's definitely a machine worth having. I want to move this over because I want you to really see it. So for my people who are diabetic, you want to enjoy the pulp that's coming out of it. Don't throw the pulp away. I actually, depending on what I'm making, my mom, she will take the pulp, or I'll make something for my dogs out of the pulp. But that's only when it's certain fruits and vegetables that I know that my animals can eat. But the fiber is definitely something to keep. You can also, you can put it in an air fryer and let it all dry out, and then put it in a food processor, and you can make it into a seasoning. I've done that with it. We've made muffins and other things with the fiber, so don't throw your fiber away. I even have a video where I show you some ideas of what you can do with your pulp. So we are almost we're almost done here. So again, I want to reiterate why I chose these foods. It's for healthy hair and skin. The dragon fruit, amazing for the skin. It boosts hair growth in a way that is phenomenal. Cucumbers, the silica, the vitamin C, the vitamin A, the folate, the potassium, all the things in a cucumber helps the body, helps the hair, helps the skin, and helps the scalp. What else did I have in there? The kiwi. I use kiwi for many reasons, but my main reason is because the body cannot operate without vitamin C. So the hair cells need vitamin C in the production of collagen. So this is why I used my kiwi. And what else did I have? My romaine lettuce. Well, we needed some green, we needed some bitter, and the romaine is, to me, a superfood that's more powerful than kale. It's loaded with all the minerals and nutrients that hair and skin need, and that's why. And then too, it's not as bitter as kale or even spinach. And so that's why I like using romaine, because it's mostly water. It just gets the job done. All right, so here is my juice. Let me turn this over so you guys can see the amazing pour that's gonna come from here. I love my pour. There is all of my juice coming out. And of course, me and Jay, we are going to sample this juice before you so you can see what it tastes like. So I like mocktails. So I know it's in the beginning, it is, in my time, it is 2 o'clock. I no wine. But what I do, I will take my juice and I will put it into my martini glass to make me a mocktail. This is a great way for those who need to cut back on drinking. If you want to go healthy, you want this new healthy lifestyle, but it's like, I can't because I need my wine, I need my whiskey or whatever it is. Make your juice, put it in your wine cup, your whiskey cup or whatever, and tell yourself, this is your whiskey. This is, so here, this right here, this is, I would call this my martini. This is my martini, let's see. That's good. It's very, I don't know if my kiwi wasn't that sweet because I wanted a little sweeter from it. But what I like to do with my juice too, I like to refrigerate it so, because I like things cold. That's good. Mom, you want to taste some? Jay, you want some?
Yes.
They're all standing around. Every juice I make, my mom's like, here you go, Mom. And she don't even ask no questions. She'd be like, okay. And she'll just drink whatever it is. All right, here we go, Jay. Get a cup for Mom so she can get some of this too. Huh? Oh, that's for Mom? Yeah, this is good. All I need is I gotta get me some ice. Hold on, guys. I'll get a little ice on mine. Where is mine? I'm adding a little ice cubes in mine. That's good. You know what else I would do? Sorry, I got the ice in my mouth. I would squeeze a little lemon in this, and this is dynamic. Now think about this. Not only are you feeding your body, like I said, it's going straight to the bloodstream. So right now, my body is getting a host of minerals and vitamins that's going to give me a lot of energy, but it's also now going to feed my hair cells. It's going to feed my skin cells, and it's going to help me finish off my day. So if you're looking for a nice recipe for healthy hair and healthy skin, this is it. Before I go, I want to thank you all for coming aboard. Again, please subscribe to my channels. Follow me on my YouTube channel. Follow me on my TikTok. Follow me on my Instagram. I'm always putting out different recipes. As a matter of fact, I'm about to, there she goes, the dog. I am about to post another video this afternoon. And this video has a lot to do with what we just did here. It's 5 reasons why you should juice. And it's very detailed and very explanatory. So I'm hoping that I gave you 5 reasons why you need to juice. And I'm hoping that you're going to join me on this juicing revolution, or journey, I should call it, and understand how important juicing is. This is not a fad. This is not a trend. This is a lifestyle choice. And if you are trying to improve your health, your family, your moods, your behaviors, if you're trying to cut down or cut back on medications, if you're trying to figure out what those mysterious illnesses are, but no doctor can figure it out, now it's time that you start to take care of yourself first. So my word is #self-care, because when we take care of ourselves first, everything else comes secondary. And to be honest with you, nobody's going to take care of you better than you. So please start juicing, and I will see you all in my next video, which will be next Friday when we post another Nourish to Flourish. So thank you all for joining. Please, if you want to join me in my 14-day healthy hair and skin challenge, I need you to come on, just try it out. This might be your first time experiencing juicing. But I also, not only if we're doing that, I'm also going to be doing a juicing course. It'll be ready probably in a week. It's a juicing 101 for beginners to teach you everything about juicing. All the foods, all the minerals. You'll understand what each mineral do for your body, what each vitamin do. I'm giving you a list of fruits and vegetables, so you know which fruit and vegetable do what for what part of your body. So let's just say, you know, high blood pressure. You want to know what fruits and vegetables do I eat for high blood pressure. You will learn that in my class. So please come and join me. I want to teach you as much as I can. If there's some things that I haven't taught yet and that you want to learn, I need you to send me a message so that I can add that in to make a video for it too. But thank you all for joining.
Tell them the ingredients one more time and where to find the juicer.
Okay, so ingredients. I was told somebody want the ingredients one more time. 1 dragon fruit, the pink. But if you find a yellow dragon fruit, that's fine too. I absolutely think the yellow fruit is the yellow dragon fruit. It's a little sweeter than the red, and it is amazing too. So 1, we need a dragon fruit. 2, we need cucumber, a nice cucumber. We're gonna leave the skin on. 3, we need a kiwi fruit. We need a kiwi fruit. 4, we need romaine lettuce. And why romaine lettuce is because it is my substitute for kale. It is more sensitive to the body, and it goes well with everything. And I believe that was it. Oh, and my pear, a green pear. You can use a red pear if you find a red pear, but the pear, the dragon fruit, the cucumber, the kiwi fruit, and the romaine lettuce. 5 ingredients to make yourself an amazing, healthy hair and skin juice.
Where to find your juicer?
And the juicer is the Nama juicer. I am going to, there should be a link in this video. So for all of you on TikTok, go to my profile page. You will see the link to this juicer. And that link will also allow you to get the discount on this juicer. On Instagram, the same. Go to my profile page or my bio. They don't like us using the word bio anymore, but go to my profile. You will see a link for the Nama juicer. And on YouTube, in the description of this video, you will see a link to this amazing Nama juicer where it will also give you a discount. Is there anything else I'm forgetting?
I want to see the pulp of the juice.
Yeah, I want to see my pulp. Oh boy. Somebody said they want to see the pulp. There's the pulp. There's the pulp. And this pulp, I already know my mother's going to make something out of this pulp. Every pulp I get. And everything that I have in here. Now, I'm not going to give this one to my dogs because I don't know the research of whether my dogs can do dragon fruit. I don't see why not. But there's certain foods that our animals cannot eat. And that's another topic. I do a lot of videos about animal health. I've actually done a video telling you the foods that we should not feed our animals. When I'm not helping people, I am helping animals. I am rescuing them. I literally, here where I live, there is an app called Nextdoor. And when somebody's on there, and if they live close to my neighborhood, and they're like, my dog just got off the gate. Now I'm looking, because I'm like, I'm about to drive by this subdivision. I got to find this dog. So when I'm not helping people, I'm helping the animals. But normally I would give my pulp to them. I would mix it in because I also cook for my animals. My animals don't get dog food. So in the morning they get oatmeal. They get oatmeal and ground turkey, or they get oatmeal and sardine, and for dinner they get sweet potato with ground turkey, and sometimes we'll just add some of this in there. I felt like I couldn't be a nutritionist helping people to eat and live better, but yet I'm giving my animals a bag of dry dog food where the ingredients is very questionable. So I started feeding them, and I have a old 14-year-old dog that they told me 7 years ago wasn't going to make it. Here it is 7 years later. She's old as dirt, but she's still a powerhouse in my house. So I know the food that I'm feeding her is working good. So here's the pulp if y'all wanted to see that pulp. So I'm so glad that you guys have stayed on and watched. I didn't want to be boring, but some people might think juicing is boring. But if juicing is not boring, then you need to come on and join me in the juicing class so you can learn more, so that you can share with your family and friends, so you can help your mother, like I helped my 81-year-old mother get off medication, and now she's exceptionally well, and at 81, outlived most of her sisters and brothers at this point in time. You want to save your family and yourself, and you want to change your lifestyle. You want to make better choices. And juicing, whether it's my Nama juicer or a Breville or whatever old juicer you have in the house, forget about the quality of what it is. Let's get it started. Let's make it happen.
Somebody said, should you juice everything with the skin on, and how often can you drink this juice?
Okay, this is the last question. Someone just asked, can I juice with the skin on? And yes, that's one of the things I did share with you guys. I'm big on leaving the skin on your fruits, because many of our nutrients is found in the skin. So yes, I left the skin on my kiwi, even though the kiwi is kind of fuzzy. Now I wouldn't bite into the kiwi with the skin on, but when I'm juicing, because juicing is gonna pull everything out of it. So yes, you want to leave the skin on for everything that you can, because that's where your nutrients are. What was the other question, Jay?
How often can they drink this juice?
This juice can be, this is an everyday type of juice. The more you drink it, the more you're going to start seeing not only improvements in your hair and your skin, but your overall health. You're going to see an improvement all the way around. And one of the first improvements I notice, or most people tell me, is that they sleep better, and that they notice that they've lost a few pounds, and that their moods are better. Those are the first things. And that sugar craving is going away. So this is kind of like a multi-level juice. I told you about it for hair and skin, but it's for the whole body, mind, body, and soul. I'll see you guys on my next live. Thanks for joining.